Hello, and welcome to another deck profile. My name is TCGO, and today we're going to be going over Granblues. These cards came out with a recent event that has now ended, but no worries, the event will come back sometime in the future. So for those who already have the cards, enjoy the video. For those who don't, look forward to owning these cards and trying this strategy out for yourself. Now, we only got 2 grade zeros to start with for the deck, but for our purposes, we're going to be using Night Spirit, who simply, you can put them back into your soul to have a unit gain plus 3,000 till the end of the turn. Not the best effect out of the two, but you'll see why we need him soon. The other grade 0 is Guiding Zombie, where you can put it into your soul to put 3 cards from the top of your deck into the drop zone. This is exactly what Granblues want. You want cards in your drop zone so you can bring them back. They're zombies, they come back from the grave. But because we're playing a card called Exceed Spirit, we really want Night Spirit in our deck. As far as the rest of the deck, we're playing 4 copies of Chappie the Ghosty. When you play him, you get to send any card in your deck into the drop zone. So you actually get to pick and choose what the best card is for the situation. But that only works on the rear guard. It will not work if you ride him as the Vanguard. We're playing 4 Perfect Guards, Gus Jin. As always, you always want to play 4 Sentinels in all your decks. A single copy of Dandy Guy Romario. He's just your vanilla 8K, and he is useful for hitting a 2100 with another card, 21,000, with another card that I'll be going over soon. And 4 copies of Samurai Spirit, who's going to work with your Night Spirit to summon Exceed Spirit. Now this card, when he's in the drop zone, you counterblast 1 and retire a different rear guard to call him from that drop zone. And he's the first card that applies the zombie-ish effect where they come back from the dead. So you're always pretty much guaranteed to have a booster as long as you have cards in your damage zone. And that's it for the grade 1s. For grade 2s, we're playing 4 copies of Ruin Shade. When he attacks, you put the top 2 cards of your deck into the drop zone and it gets plus 2,000. The 2,000 is nice, but what we really want him for is put 2 cards from the top of your deck into the drop zone. He's a card that's going to help us find those discards a lot faster, and that's why we're playing 4 of him. We're also playing 4 copies of Captain Night Mist. He is just like the Samurai Spirit. If he's in the drop zone, you can counterblast 1 and retire another unit to bring him back. But he also comes with an additional effect that if you have a Captain Night Mist in your drop zone, he gets plus 3,000. So ideally, during your game, you'll come across 3 Captain Night Mists, keep 1 in the drop zone, and the other 2 will be constantly coming back and providing intercepts for your to protect yourself, as well as 11k attackers. So, because of how useful he is, he's been playing at 4-0. We're playing 2 copies of Stormride Ghost Ship. This card comes with Restraint, and to unrestrain him, all you have to do is bring a card back from your drop zone. So either with Samurai Spirit, Captain Night Mist, or one of the grade 3s that we have will also come back from the drop zone. And he's basically kind of like Brutal Jack. If he's in the Vanguard circle and is boosted, he gets plus 5,000. Now, the reason we're playing him is because having an 11k rear guard is really useful, because it forces your opponent to have something to boost their attackers with if they only have 10 or 9k. So, since he's kind of restricted on how useful he can be, we're only playing 2 copies. And the last grade 2 is Commander Blueblood. Just your generic 10,000 attacker. Now for the grade 3s, I'm going to start with Exceed Spirit, since that's the real goal of the deck. This is why you're playing Night Spirit instead of the other grade 0. When he's in your drop zone, if your Vanguard is grade 2 or greater, you put Samurai Spirit and Night Spirit into your soul to ride this card. If you rode from a grade 2, draw a card. So, very simply, he's just an instant grade 3 the very moment that you hit grade 2. And he doesn't need a specific grade 2 to use this effect. As long as you have your Night Spirit and Samurai Spirit, you'll be able to pull it off. Even better is that There we go. If Samurai Spirit's in your soul, it gets plus 1,000 at all times. So he becomes a permanent 11,000. And during your turn, if Night Spirit is in your soul, it gains plus 3,000. So he'll be 14,000 naturally on your turn. And if you play a Night Spirit onto your rear guard, and you have, if you play Spirit Exceed onto a rear guard, and you have Night Spirit in your soul, that rear guard is still also going to gain the plus 3,000. Not the 1,000 though, that's only for the Vanguard. So, besides him, he's what we want to get to for a fast grade 3. We're also playing 4 copies of King of Demonic Seas Bastard. We're not going to really want to use him too much because he uses a lot of counterblast to get its effects, and most of our counterblasts are going to go to Captain Night Mist. But he is a great option as a finisher in case you do have that counterblast available. At the start of your main phase, Soul Charge 1 gets plus 2,000, pretty much like all Mega Blasters. And his Mega Blast, Soul Blast 6, Counterblast 4, to call 5 cards from your drop zone. So you can completely fill up your field for a finishing turn. This is very much final turn material right here. We're also playing 4 copies of Dragon Undead Skull Dragon. Not my favorite grade 3, honestly. But he does have his uses. During your turn, it gets plus 3,000, so he's constantly always going to be 13,000. So with a Samurai Spirit behind him, he's going to be 20,000. With the Romario, he'll be 21,000. But after he attacks, he instantly dies. He gets retired right away. So that's why I don't really like him too much, and he provides no use whatsoever in the Vanguard circle. But with a Counterblast and retire a rear guard, he does come back as well, just like Captain Night Mist and just like Night Spirit. So again, not really my favorite grade 3 unit, but he does have his uses, and there's not much better stuff you can do when you're playing the Exceed line. And to round up our grade 3s, we have Witch Doctor of the Abyss, Necromarl. He's a little expensive to use and low powered. When you play him, you Counterblast 2, and you get to call a card from your drop zone. So that's any card. Now, Night Mist comes back with just 1, so does Samurai Spirit, and so does the Dragon. But the difference here is that you don't have to retire anything. You play him down, Counterblast 2, and take anything back. So, pretty decent. We're playing 1 of him, because every now and then it will provide clutch. But again, you want to use your Counterblast mostly for Captain Night Mist. That is the deck. We are playing 9 draw triggers and 4 heals, because that seems to be the best way to build most decks right now, unless they have specific needs. But this deck, you're just going to keep bringing stuff back from the dead, and you want to be able to draw into your important pieces pretty quickly. So that's it. Let's get into some games and see how our zombie pirates managed to do. Okay, we're playing against Oracle Think Tank. Looks like Tsukiyomi. And our hand is okay. I would have liked a different grade 1, but I'll settle for Chappie. Alright. And the ride chain starts. Oh, but that's nice to see. A sentinel went into the soul. Okay. I don't know why that went down, but not sequential. Right, so we'll go ahead with Chappie. And don't get to use its effect, sadly. And we'll bring our Night Spirit back behind Chappie. That way I can actually attack and do a damage. Alright, so straight into battle. And attack for 10,000. No trigger, just another Chappie. And we get to use up a critical trigger. Alright, not bad. Not a bad start. We still haven't been able to set up our graveyard, but it's only the first turn. Or drop zone, or discard pile, whatever you want to call it. Technically, it's the drop zone. And looks like the ride chain was missed. Instead, we're seeing How do you pronounce that? Tagitsuhime? Probably wrong, but you can correct me in the comments if you want. Alright, Dark Cat, we both get to draw. Okay. Another Dark Cat. I'm still good on hand size. That puts me at 8. Now, hopefully I don't get a draw trigger, because that'll fill up my hand and I won't get to keep whatever I draw for the start of my turn. Oh, he wastes a heal trigger, so that's sad. But maybe this won't hit. It's only at 15 right now, and it stays at 15. Doesn't hit. Those heal triggers still provided some use. Now for our turn, we'll draw up to 9 cards, and we have a lot to work with. We'll go ahead and ride Ruin Shade. And let's see. I'll play down Blue Blood and another Ruin Shade to try to set up our graveyard, our drop zone. And we'll put a Dandy guy back here. Alright. And with that, we'll go into battle. I'll just take out this Tsukuyomi here. Alright, and now time to attack the Vanguard. So with Ruin Shade, we'll discard the top 2 cards to gain 2,000. And nothing great. Not stuff we want to see in the drop zone. They do get a draw trigger though. We'll give this to the other Ruin Shade. And we drew another Basker. We have drawn a lot of triggers already. Alright. Now we'll go again. What we want to see are Night Mists hitting the drop zone. And there's the first one. Alright, that's what we want to see. We also sent a heal trigger to the drop zone, but that's a risk you have to take when you're playing Granblue. Okay. Oh, we also put a Silent Common to damage. That's nice to see. Alright, Sakuya is the grade 3. Take everything returned to the hand, and we're just gonna draw a bunch of cards with Dark Cat. 5, 6, 7. Another Dark Cat will put us at 8. Oh. I guess he's trying to find something good. That one stayed on top, so he's probably going to draw it with Dark Cat. Okay, that puts us at 8 cards. So if we hit a draw trigger, we're going to lose some cards. Okay. That takes out Blue Blood. Now he'll take out the Ruin Shade and do 1 damage. Although I know they play criticals now, so it might be 2 depending on what they hit. Let's see. So that's a miss. Check 2 is another miss, so just the 1 damage. Alright. That's our turn. Let's see what we can work with. Another Baskirk. So that's 3, and that's all the Baskirks. Okay, well, I guess we are riding Baskirk. Get that nice animation. Alright. Now what to do? Oh, well, first wait for him to charge, and that's another trigger gone. So that's already 6 gone publicly. And 4 more in our hands. That's 10 triggers. Oh, we only have 3 left. Okay. Back to the game. Okay, we don't need this many Ruin Shades, so what I'm going to do is... where do I play it, though? Yeah, I'll play it down here. I'm going to sacrifice this one to bring out Night Mist. And just like that, we already have our zombie pirates coming back. Although he doesn't really look like a zombie, he's just a pirate. Yeah. Okay. On the other side, we'll put down Ruin Shade. And we'll go to battle. Night Mist will take out the rear guard, and with these two, we should be able to hit for 2 damage, hopefully. Right, first one. Well, first check's a miss. Remember, we don't have many, so... Oh, kill trigger. I guess the power's nice, maybe, but we didn't really need to heal anything, so that's another trigger gone. We have 2 left. And I guess the power was useful, because now, without it, we wouldn't have been able to hit. We'll go here, discard 2 more cards. We discarded another Ruin Shade. Sorry, another Night Mist, which is exactly what we want to see. Well, that's unfortunate, but that's no problem. We're probably still going to be fine. As long as we don't draw any more grade 3s. Okay. We got a Pollen. So once he hits, they'll draw another card. Okay. So far we know they used 1 Sentinel. Oh, we gotta start planning the end of the turn here. Or the end of the game, I mean. Because we're getting pretty close to getting to 6 damage. And there's no intercepts in play right now. First check gone, second check. Again, good information. That's another Sentinel down, so it's only possible to have 2 in hand right now. And that's one of our Sentinels gone. That's no fun. Alright. So we are going to keep Bastkirk. Right. Yeah. Alright, we're going to keep Bastkirk. He'll gain 2,000. I gotta finish it quick because we're starting to run low on cards. Our deck's down to 11. Right. I don't want to play him right now, but I also don't have another intercept to use. So, might have to play him after all. You know what? I can actually take some damage. I'm not going to use him. Instead, we'll play down... Yeah. We'll play down our Exceed Spirit. Spirit Exceed. And if Night Spirit is in the soul, he'll gain plus 3,000, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll put him into the soul here. Gain 5,000. And make this a 21 column. Next, we'll play down pretty much anything. We'll play him down. We're not going to use his skill, because that's a counter blast too. Instead, we're going to retire him for Night Mist. And he'll come back as an 11,000. So ideally, there will be no triggers, but we have a Night Spirit to use. And we're running out of time, so let's go. This 11k will hit here. Hopefully there's no triggers. Alright. And now we get to start using up their Sentinels. So, the difference between 21 and 22 doesn't really matter, so I'll attack with the Vanguard first. And we still have 2 triggers, I think. A heal trigger. Won't heal anything, but the power-up is nice. Well, actually, the power-up does nothing, because if there's a Sentinel, I'm not even hitting. And there isn't a Sentinel. Heal trigger? It is a heal trigger. Alright. Now normally that'd be pretty bad, but thanks to that power up, we are currently sitting at 26 here. So we'll attack again, and hopefully there won't be a second heal trigger. Which there could be. Not this time. Alright. Okay, we're playing against Spike Brothers. That's fun. That's the current event that's going on. Okay. And I like our hand. I do not like this heal trigger, but besides that, hand's pretty good. Okay. For our first turn, we're going to ride Romario, because we want this Night Spirit to use in the back for next turn. Okay, and we'll just attack for 1. No trigger. And let's just start off strong, and you hit a heal trigger. No trigger. Okay. Okay. So let's see what they're gonna do. Hey, not much, it's just grade 2. Real action starts when we get to grade 3. Okay. I don't remember what this one does. Attack hits the Vanguard, so left one to draw a card and put this card in the bottom of your deck. Okay, that only works when he's the rear guard, so he does nothing. But he did use his coach to search for a Sentinel. So there's that. He's definitely going for 2 damage. So let's see, draw trigger. Nope, no trigger. We're taking both damage. Oh, that was the draw trigger. Okay. So now we get to do some fun stuff this turn. Alright, I get to pull off the whole reason that I use Night Spirit as my starter. I need to ride a grade 2. I'll save Night Mist, so I'm going to use Blue Blood. Alright. Now, I'll play down Chappie. We'll play him here. And use him to discard a Spirit Exceed. Where are they? Oh, there's one right there. Alright. Now Spirit Exceed is gone. We play down a Samurai Spirit. And now we bring him out for an instant grade 3. Not only is he an instant grade 3, but since he has Knight and Samurai Spirit in the soul, he'll be 1400. After that, we'll play down a Night Mist here. Do I really need anything else? I think so. I'm gonna play down my Samurai Spirit and just go with Bastard. We'll go on a big offensive this turn. Take out the rear guard first. The intercept. Okay. Now we'll do one here, and even if he gets a trigger, we have a 21,000 column right here as our Vanguard. And he did get a trigger. Luckily, it won't heal anything, and the boost won't affect us. Because we're still hitting. Okay. And that's what I like about this deck, is how easily you can just go into a Spirit Exceed. If we draw the heal trigger, it's no good, but that's okay. Right now we are in a great position. We're 3 damage to 2, and we've got a really nicely set up board. Okay. Now, since the Samurai Spirit's in the soul, he's a permanent 11k. He brought down Skydiver, which has no effect unless it's in the rear guard. Alright. Yeah. That's the rear guard circle symbol. Okay. And we're probably going to take 2 damage. So let's see. Now he needs to hit a trigger to hit us. 1 miss. And a sentinel to the bottom. And 2 miss. Alright. Only the 1 damage. Okay. And now it's our turn, and he's again sitting at 14,000. Alright, skip. And let's see, we do not have any intercepts, so I'm going to play down my Skull Dragon. Yep. And we're going to sacrifice it to Night Mist to bring him back. I know he has less power, but the main reason I want him is just so I can protect my board and my damage. So we're not going to play anything else. Just going to go into battle, and if we do hit a trigger, we'll be able to power him up to take out the Skydiver. Okay. We'll hit the Vanguard for 1 and see if we can pull anything. That's a miss. And draw trigger. Perfect. So we'll draw a Chappie. We'll give the power to Night Mist, and now we can use him to take out the rear guard Skydiver. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. Good. There we go. Yeah, it's Skydiver. Okay. So we'll take that out, and we'll leave him with 1 card in hand. And nothing to attack with besides his Vanguard. Alright, so very quickly, we already set ourselves up in a really strong position. Okay. He's keeping the Skydiver, and okay, I'm just going to attack. There goes another Sentinel to the bottom, and a draw trigger. Alright. So we're losing our Night Mist, but he won't stay gone for long. Now what we can do, let's see what we draw. Okay, cool. 5 skip. And what we can do is play down Chappie. And then use him to discard another Night Mist. Alright. Next, I'll bring Night Mist back, so we continue to bring out intercepts. That's one of my favorite things about this deck, is just the constant intercepts. Alright, and while we could play our Night Spirit down, we don't really need to, since he's at 11k and it already hits the Vanguard. So we're just going to battle. Attack here first. And he got a draw trigger, so I can't use the Bash Kick. But we already know that he's lost 2 Sentinels, so let's see if he has a 3rd one in hand. I'm assuming he does. Actually, I know he does. He searched for it. Okay, so we'll get that Sentinel out of his hands and continue. There it goes. Now this won't hit, but just for fun. Okay. So, he does have more cards to work with now, but he is still at 5 damage. He's only used 1 heal trigger, though. He got another Skydiver. Okay, so we know that 2 Sentinels are gone. I have to assume that there's still another one in hand. and at any time he can hit heal triggers, so it's not like the game's over yet. Okay. So he's going for the 2 damage this turn. And he can even use Dudley Dan to bring something else out. And there he goes. Now what's he gonna bring out? Juggernaut Maximum. It's a good choice. Oh, that's how you start making a comeback. Wow. That's a great turn. That is a really good turn for my opponent. Okay. No trigger for us. Or maybe we'll get lucky enough to hit a trigger now. Let's see. No, instead we lose our Sentinel. Okay. So that puts us at 5 damage. We'll be safe since we have a Sentinel in hand. Yep. But we have to be careful for this next turn. I might just actually try to bring both Night Mists out, even if they're not strong enough. Excuse me. Ride skip first. Now, how do we want to do this? Still has 3 heals, 5 damage. Oh, and they gave up. Okay, so there we go. A couple of fun games with Granblue. As you saw, the deck can be really fun. Being able to constantly summon Night Mist as an intercept and an offensive presence can get really useful throughout the game. And a very fast Spirit Exceed can just get the ball rolling for you. Especially when during each of your turns, he's always 14,000. So along with, like I said before, your Romario or your Samurai Spirits, your Vanguard's always going to be at 21,000, which is a great number to hit. The deck is a lot of fun. I really wish I had a different grade 3 to play besides the Skull Dragon. And if I made any change, I might take out a single Chappie the Ghosty for another Romario, because a rear guard Spirit Exceeds with a Romario boosting it up is also 21,000. So yeah, feel free to try out the deck. It's a lot of fun if you have the cards, and if you don't have the cards yet, remember the event is going to repeat itself soon. Well, I don't know if soon, but eventually. And it will repeat itself with some new cards, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. Leave any kind of comments you want, subscribe to my channel, and do check out my other videos. I'm going to be releasing more Vanguard videos as I go, and hopefully you'll check out the other ones. Thank you, and have a good day.